Welcome to Blowing Solutions Wide Open, where we're talking about all things spiritual, as well as creating new systems in the area of healthcare, finance, government, education, new environmental practices, and anything that helps the planet or helps humanity. My name is Addie Halkin. If you think that you have ideas or things to share in any of those areas, please feel free to email me at blowingsolutionswideopen@gmail.com or type the word guest in the comment section of this video, and I'd be happy to get back with you and potentially have you come on here and share with people what you know. Also, please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content or you have an interest in getting alternative information out to more people. Today we are moving on to our second clair. This one's called clairaudience. Clairaudience is a person's ability to receive intuitive information through the sense of hearing, beyond the physical senses. Those that access clairaudience can experience messages or information through what is called their mind or their inner ear. This can come in the form of sound, voices, or thoughts, especially if you have repetitive thoughts. This form of intuition can also show up outside of your mind, and it will often be exclusive to you. I want to be very clear. This is not the same as, those that refer to mental illness. This is not information that comes from like some kind of imbalance or some kind of upset emotions. This is the information that comes from like, source. And so I think that a lot of it's just kind of a sense that I have that a lot of those who are strong channelers actually have a lot of this going on. You know, I have a high criteria for that. I feel like a strong channeler is somebody that has an incredible ability to get out of the way. So they get their, personality out of the way, they get their perceptions and opinions out of the way, and they almost like become like this open vessel to allow higher perspective information to come through. Those channelers that, do a lot of it, such as like Esther Hicks, I think she is an incredible channeler. And then there's a couple others that I know of who are, quite a bit less famous, but those that do a lot of it, I feel like, you can use any one of your clairs to channel. But I feel like if you're really doing a lot of conversation with channeling, you almost would have to be kind of strong with that intuitive hearing because, there's so much conversation coming through. So it's just, like I said, it's just a sense I have. A couple experiences I've had with clairaudience is it's involved work. I had a job that I was at for over 3 years, and all of a sudden I started hearing the words, "You're getting paid the least." And of course, I didn't like hearing that thought in my head, so I would like push it away and I'd get distracted and I'd go work. But after a few days of this, one of the employees, I think, slipped up, but probably that's not really what happened, but let me know what they were making. And they had been there like half the amount of time I had been there, and it was definitely more. And then, I looked at the situation, and I was the longest standing employee in there, with the exception of the two managers that were in that job. And so as I kind of researched a little more, I was able to determine, yeah, I really was the, making the least of anybody in there. And so, of course, I didn't stay at that job. I gave notice and, let that go. But it can be that simple. I think that that message came through just to kind of clue me into the fact that I was in not a respectful situation. And so these things can be very helpful. Another time I had just started a job. I was there like a week or two, and I started to hear the words, "Don't bother getting close to these people. You're not going to be here that long." Now, I interpreted that as like, oh, okay, maybe I'm going to leave in like 6 months or something, because there really wasn't enough hours in this job anyway. But what ended up happening is within a month of being there, the owner came to me and he apologized and he said, "I'm so sorry." He said, my business just took a real downturn, and I have a whole bunch of family emergencies I have to tend to, so I'm going to have to scale back, and I don't think I can afford you." And so, he let me go. And so, I know it can be like a little bit hard to determine like what is a thought that you're thinking as opposed to what is a thought that you're receiving. But I do believe we all have this ability. One of the things that happens with me is that I get actually a lot of clairaudience that comes through when I first wake up in the morning. In fact, I had a message come through today, but if I don't write it down, I'll forget. And so that's something you might consider doing. I think that, when we're in that half awake, half asleep state, we are less resistant and less apt to block these messages because they're all always trying to come through to all of us. I mean, we are energy. We are receivers of energy. And so the more we can kind of pay attention to that and not doubt ourselves, the better. And that includes with the things that we hear. I don't personally hear a lot outside of my inner mind or inner ear, but I know a lot of people do. And so that's another area you may pay attention to. So if you have clairaudient experiences that you have had in the past that you want to talk about, email me at blowingsolutionswideopen@gmail.com. I'd love to have you come on here. If it's short, you can certainly leave it in the comments. Or if you simply just want to, you know, create new systems on the planet, I would love to have you on here. Please email me. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, guys.